Elections in Nigeria has been characterized by various anomalies which has therefore rendered the process undemocratic. A look at the monetization of leadership, where the choice of leaders is determined by the highest bidder and one with the deepest pockets. The just concluded presidential primaries of the APC and PDP is, however, a reflection of the kind of leadership we have enjoyed over the years, where the corrupt act of vote buying has become an institution. Speaking to a reputable lawyer, Barrister Adaramoye, who spoke on the development, he adjudicated that the system needs to be rejigged, hence there will be no leadership in the country. The constitutional confab was constituted during Jonathan but has not been implemented. The system that would bring the presidency come 2023 would not solve the problems of the country. Rather, there should be a constitutional revolution.
Good evening, thank you.
We're looking at the aftermath of the recovery and all eyes on who is going to become the flag bearer. We've got the information that the leader of the party, National Leader,
Ajaja Ahmed Tinubu,
yes,
actually has won the election.
I don't know what are your highlights.
A lot of intrigues, power play. Prior to the election, one way or the other. And he has succeeded in winning the election. Prior to that time, there were a lot of schemings, intrigues, and a lot of things. And at the end of the day, I think one way or the other, people in that group, they were able to win the election. Ordinarily, when you look at it, our election is still characterized, defined by certain vain considerations, all things being equal. Where you come from, where you come from, your religion, your tribal group, your ethnic affiliations, those are still the things that determine. And above all, money. Those are the things that determine success in Nigeria electoral system. A lot of, in Nigeria, you want to contest an election, money, big one, have to be given. Yes, to the delegates, isolating the primary thing, competence. So in that situation, when you are talking of leadership, it's a serious thing, extremely serious, because it is the locus, it is the will on which all other things rotate. If you have a poor leadership at the end of the day, for the years to come, you will continue to groan or grope in darkness. That's the tragedy of our system. Whereas in civilized time, like Britain, America, and other Germany and other places like that, those considerations are not essential to the making of a leader. Rather, competence, what you can offer to your people. Those are the things that will determine your attitude and your winning power, in election. Actually, I watched the arrays of the people that contested yesterday, with the exception, the 22 or 23 of them, one was absent for the best reason undisclosed, for the reasons undisclosed, and others contested. Certain people stepped down. People from the north, the governors, they came from the north and said power should be ceded to the south. Implication of that ordinarily is our democracy is still at underdeveloped level. Where people in America, you don't talk of North and South America. It has gone beyond that. Even though they may be battling their own racial issues. Now, that one shows you the kind of election we are running, electoral system, the kind of democracy we are running. They are fundamentally, we should look at what is happening generally. I'm not even limiting myself to issue of PPC and other kind of stuff, even PDP. You understand? In election, in an electoral process, in which the June-based considerations, like your tribe, the money in your pocket, your religion, affiliation, and some other considerations, are rated, exalted above competence and other values, which are supposed to be virtues. Those things are aligned. And no wonder when people get there, you understand, neglecting the essence of leadership. As of today, the primary function of anybody being in power is security and welfare, security of lives and property, and the welfare of the citizenry. But unfortunately, like as I know, those things have collapsed. In the eve of the election, there were tragedy here and there, bloody fissures, like what happened those states. Like what happened in what do you call it in Kaduna? You know, a day will scarcely pass without recording murderous activities. And it's gone.
Are you saying
I told them, I said, what is on the ground? The foundation is so shaky. It's on the sandy soil. You can't put skyscraper on it. It must collapse. You cannot put something on nothing and say to stay. It must collapse. No matter the beauty of this election, no matter no matter how excellent the conduct of any election and anybody that even emerge, it is rejoice not. Because with what is on the ground, the conscience itself is inautonomous. It did not originate from the Yanni.
that's in 1999 constitution?
Yes, as amended and not amended. You know, it didn't originate from the yearnings and aspirations of the people. On the strength of that, and that is the superstructure upon the organic mind through which the state operates. So if the organic mind is diseased, the whole institution itself will be in darkness. It will be inoperative. It won't be able to work. Now, what is on the ground now, if we are to say, is to have a restructuring, a rejigging of the system, of the legal framework, Because as of today, that is why today there is no security of lives and property, no food security, no economic security, no political security. Everything is in abeyance. So when you look at those things that were, it's reduced not. We are very, very far from the Adaramoye. We are somersaulting. We are galloping on the way to our Eldorado. And such kind of a leadership can never and never take us anywhere.
Okay, amongst
ordinarily, there are a lot of competent people, even among the people that appeared yesterday, even including the winner. My problem, the tragedy of the system, is that you cannot build a superstructure on a quicksand. It will collapse. The monument election is a serious thing that ordinarily cannot be put on shaky foundation.
you're saying constitutional review.
Yes, it's not even. In fact, if we want to do it, we are supposed. I'm not talking of the government because the existing constitution, the extant constitution, is a suspect. Founded on the yearnings and aspirations, on the design of the military leadership of Absalam Abubakar. Such a constitution cannot take us to our Eldorado. A lot of things are wrong in this nation. That is why people are still talking about Muslim tickets. You have vice president in the north. The president must come from the south, and you have the president from the north. The vice president must come from. All those things are still they are still not the issue that should define our leadership.
Let's look at the Electoral
Yes.
Act as amended.
Yes.
Electronic transfer free results. Looking at the election, is it a good thing?
It's a good development, a very, very awesome development. But all those things, you still have to factor the state of the nation into it. You understand? I'm still seeing every available opportunity that Nigeria is not ripe for a new election. It's compounding, having election is compounding, aggravating, exploding the error on the ground.
Wow.
You understand? I say it's not right for another election. From 1999 to where we are, we have never gotten it right. The only way we can get it right is to ensure that there is structure. You know, Jonathan,
To confirm.
in the copper, there were a lot of beautiful things brought about it, from it. But it was livid. He couldn't summon the courage to make the people to pass it into law. And that will have been a starting point. The Nigerians is presently constituted. Are you talking about the local government that are on the ground? They create into existence during the military dictatorship. Does it represent the desires of the people? Of course not. Does it satisfy the requirement of equity, of justice, of ethnic, geographical, tribal divide? Of course not. So when you are looking to all those things, you will discover that having this election is not the immediate thing now. You understand? Because Nigeria is strongly structured the way it is, and it has the equation, all things being equal, has to be balanced.
Okay, what do you suggest? Should we start with the confab?
Yes, we have to fashion, establish confab to restructure the country, and not look at what Okocha said yesterday.
Correct.
Look at what Ono said. They were clamoring that they should give the something to the Saudis, whereas even you give it to them, what are they doing with it? The people that have even been having power, what have they done with it? To alleviate the problems of the people in the north over there. The level of poverty there is one of the highest in the world. So we still have a lot of things to contend with. So saying that even in a decent, balanced, democratic environment, Milo, you will discover that these issues which we are talking about, they are not, I keep on repeating it, they are not the thing we should be talking about. You understand? So when you look at those things, the long and short of it is that we should have a brand new constitution. We should restructure the society, because the people that are feasting on the present imbalance, they are of the same family.
Either APC, PDP.
Either APC, either Igbo, either Yoruba, either any kind of person. They are the same. So if you can have that kind of law, that will be a guardian to where we are going. Oh, beautiful. So, but in as much as we are still pushing this thing, trying just to say, you know, NSAS is a pointer. Something greater than NSAS will come. The level of poverty in the country today is so high. It's so dangerous. Because people have abused the privilege of leadership. And such an abuse has been aided and abetted by the Constitution. You understand? So if you have, they have hiding place for what is happening. You understand? But if we can have a constitution that will return us back to 1962 constitution, the Republican constitution, in which individual can grow at its own regional level. As of today, I think we have about 6 geopolitical zones. You can do something that will assist us to that level, and not because why do we have crime in the society today? We have crime because government has woefully failed in its responsibility at various stage alone, whether at local government, whether at a state level, whether at federal level. You know, government has failed woefully. Instead of serving the people, they are serving themselves.
Okay,
the only law now, the only law in Nigeria today, and only virtue in quote, is corruption and impunity.
The responsibility lies is it in the hands of the leadership or the followers?
I would rather say people should fight for their rights. You understand? I remember Amechi said one time, some years ago, he said it's because people have not been stoning them. That is why they are stealing. I'm quoting him. He said because one of the contestants yesterday, that people have not been stoning them. That's why leaders keep on. All what is trying just to say that if you have a responsive followership, that can fight for their rights at any particular time, things will not be the way it is.
Okay. Okay, the responsibility solely lies.
It lies on both.
Both, okay.
You understand? But like I'm saying, we keep on, like the democracy we have today, it was factored into place by the human rights groups. They fought tooth and nail to send the military back to their barracks. The same way they have to fight, they have to be resilient and demand for their rights. They have to stand up for their rights. They have to fight for it. You understand? You don't get rights by just being by sitting in the house of passivity. No. You've got to fight for your rights. You say in America, the State House, it is mostly written there, they put it White House, where black cannot get to. The black over the years have been fighting for their rights. That they are human beings. You understand? And at the end of the day, by the time Obama came, they have, for the first time, a black man in the White House, a first lady, black first lady in a White House. And the struggle continues. So those are the things. We just have to stand up and fight for our rights.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate your thoughts on this. Thank you very much, Barrister.